Former President Donald Trump is in Florida right now ahead of his arraignment tomorrow in a Miami federal court.
Yeah, he's facing 37 felony criminal charges, including alleged repeated violations of the Espionage Act. Christian Benavidez is live in Doral, Florida, where Trump supporters are expected to rally at his golf course later today. Christian.
Leslie Lorenzo, the former president, in fact, already arrived, and he was greeted by a number of his supporters. He's expected to spend the night here in Doral before that court hearing tomorrow. Supporters cheered as former President Donald Trump arrived at his Doral golf course ahead of his federal court appearance in Miami Tuesday.
There's no doubt in my mind that this is a political persecution.
Trump has called for his supporters to come to Miami. Mayor Francis Suarez says his city can handle protests related to Trump's arraignment.
Believe in the Constitution and believe that people should have the right to express themselves, but we also believe in law and order.
Multiple law enforcement officials tell CBS News online rhetoric calling for violence has increased in the wake of the indictment. Law enforcement agencies are combing through the posts looking for potential threats. So far, no credible, specific threat has been identified.
I can't speak for everyone, but I'm going to do everything I can humanly possibly do that's legal before a civil war, because that's what you guys are heading for.
Trump maintains he is innocent, and he is using the case to raise money in his bid to get back to the White House.
I mean, the only good thing about it is it's driven my poll numbers way up. Can you believe that?
The latest CBS News poll taken after the indictment shows Trump gaining ground on his competitors among likely GOP primary voters, and his challengers seem to be walking a fine line responding to the allegations.
This case is a serious case with serious allegations, but in America, you're still innocent until proven guilty.
Trump plans to fly back to New Jersey Tuesday for a fundraiser after he leaves court. In fact, Mr. Trump will only be here in Florida for about 24 hours. He's going to leave right after his arraignment at 3 p.m. He arrived here at 3 p.m. today, leaving after 3 p.m. tomorrow. We are expecting to hear some remarks from him at some point tomorrow evening. Leslie Lorenzo.
Christian, you had a couple supporters in your story, so we get a good sense of how some Trump supporters are feeling. But tell us a bit more about the atmosphere where you are, because you're there where all of this is happening, where the security is ramping up. What are you feeling? What are you sensing?
Well, look, just after 4 o'clock, a lot of the supporters that were here for about 5 hours waiting for the former president to arrive left. So those supporters were here. Some anti-Trump people were also here, and there were some, words exchanged between the two anti-Trump people that showed up, and about 30 people that pro-Trump supporters that showed up here. What they're telling me, the ones that I spoke to, is that they believe that there is a clear double standard here. They're saying that if Mr. Trump was a Democrat, this would not be happening. But admittedly, some of those supporters that I spoke to said that they had not read the indictment, but they simply did not believe it.
All right, well, we still know the former president trying to turn this around and make it work for himself, at least politically. Christian Benavidez there in Doral, Florida for us tonight. Thank you. And of course, we will keep a close eye on the arraignment tomorrow. Make sure you stay up to date right here on air and online at WUSA9.com or by downloading our free WUSA9 app.